go. Good time of the day, and welcome to Tales of Aether, where the crew of Fable are finding themselves in a funny and um, one-sidedly funny situation. Let's go with that. Where previously you have finished your racing season on Collis, having finally won a well-deserved and just landslide first place, gathered some money, uh, finished your business, earned some sponsor money, got a map, a treasure map from Oscar as a surprise present for everything you've done for him and payment for actually, not killing him, I guess. And you decided, hey, let's refuel, let's restock, and go check out the asteroid field or rock field and find ourselves some treasure. And so you did. But as you arrived there, you were hailed and ordered to surrender by a heavily armed craft, claiming that it had a bounty on most of your crew. After talking among yourselves for about 5 minutes, you decided to reject the offer of surrender and book it. You have failed to book it. Your engine was almost shot to smithereens. You have lost half of your armor. Your hull is breached. You're not doing very well, and you still have both enemy crafts on your butt. It is technically the start of a new round, and you're supposed to think and decide what you're gonna do now. But just to provide you possibly with a bit more context, and since the time to do that last session, I was going to offer those of you like to, as you still argue amongst each other about your course of actions, to actually make your history note checks about the enemy vessel and the enemy captain. Some of you wanted and you didn't get a chance.
So that's no intelligence?
That would be no intelligence yet. Obviously,
Yeah,
Can everyone do this?
Everybody can do this. It's just that Bobby, being like, in the thing, his background gets basically a much lower DC. Which he doesn't need with an 11. But just tell me when everybody has rolled.
I'm not rolling.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that's everybody. Alright, so Miles and Dal, you do not know of a bounty hunter by the name of Captain Saban, which I guess means that he is neither from Red Order nor from like Academy airspace. But the funny thing is, Robert, let's expand your backstory a little bit. You not only know about the guy. Many years ago, when you were retiring from your bounty hunting, you actually received a job offer from the guy who wanted you to coach the team he was gathering back then. Obviously, you have declined, thinking that, well, I mean, it's never gonna end at coaching. If I'm retiring, I need to retire properly, out of business completely. But let's say you kind of like paid attention a little bit to what he's been doing. You never met him personally because you just get the job offer. But the guy is a half-orc, and he was quite different from you, where you had your own code and you went alone after solo targets. His modus operandi is taking high risk, high reward, often government contracts, to hunt down big pirates or smugglers or individuals which need to be removed but can't be removed by military or law enforcement. They pay out a lot, but obviously are very dangerous and require a crew. Apparently he has gathered a crew and got a really good ship somewhere, which either means he took it from somebody or was given it by somebody, much like you were given Fable. And he does have a reputation for taking most of his targets alive. Not everybody, but most of them. And that's why governments like him, because capturing a pirate and doing a public show of punishing him is a lot better than saying, oh yes, we blew him up. It does a lot better for public, because it does a lot better for making pretend that your law works. And he has that niche on the market that he satisfies. So a serious guy, and apparently, since I haven't heard about him in a while, he's been doing well.
Oh, well, this changes everything.
Does it though?
Oh.
Alright.
Well, it would have been great to have that before we initiated combat.
No, we would probably go into combat anyways.
Who knows? Who knows? There would have been a conversation, maybe, at least. Fuck it. It is what it is.
It's possible to do some comms now, you know? Sort of like begging, you could try. It's never not an option.
Alright, if we surrender, let me talk to the guy. I think I know him.
Oh,
Could have brought that earlier.
oh.
I didn't remember earlier. I was focused on assessing my options. Sorry, Captain.
Well, first of all, you need to come here anyways to fix things.
Yes. Tell me what to do, Captain. Are we running
Right.
or...
It is your combat action, so
Yeah.
tell me. Well, actually, don't tell me. I know where each of you are, but
We are going to surrender. As much as I don't like it, seems our odds are really tough.
but I made a new battle music playlist.
Too bad we're not fighting. We can't win this. Just like if we want to risk another campaign.
Alright, well, so we let.
And also on the same note that Bobby yelled like, "Decide now!" and like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So we let Bobby on and do the talking.
Um,
I think
What's
Bobby should
Nabi-
fix our hull.
yeah, so Bobby, please fix our hull. Watanabe, please try and reach out to Captain Saban. And we'll discuss the terms. Lance, turn her off.
Alright.
And I'll go above and beyond. No, just kidding.
Just looking at his Excel sheet at the odds.
I didn't calculate the odds, but like we could have had a
one.
battle plan, but it's slim.
Alright, so do I start? Okay, then I will do my best to fix. So what was the hull breach is the bigger problem, no? Right?
You
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I assist you in this, or is it like the 2 CP that can?
Actually, that would help.
This action doesn't cost CP, I think. Right?
Yes, it doesn't cost CP. It's a general action called Deal with a Crisis, and basically, if you want to help somebody, you yourself need to take this action and use that as an aid for another PC.
Well, I'm not doing any like assisting other departments.
Can we go beyond? There's still only 1+1 that can be stacked, right? It's only one person that can be helping him.
Well, multiple can be helping, but you still get only +1, so yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Multiple attempts are possible, but
I mean, since I'm not really doing the assisting department, I don't know which one to assist. I guess shutting off the shuttle isn't an action. I don't know. Like,
Okay, my question is just do I have someone strong who's helping me or not?
strong is a strong word, but I will try and help you.
Alright.
Okay.
And that means that you're taking Deal with a Crisis action, and you roll against the same DC. But do explain me. Well, actually, like, Robert, what are you planning to do?
Okay. So my plan is that I have Miles carry some cargo towards the hull breach and just ram it into. I hope it's not wide enough, so we can essentially just stick the big crates into the hull breach, and then I will use like tools to try and fix the breach. So it's a very short-term solution, but it's easy and fast to apply if circumstances allow it.
Don't we have the ship parts for that?
Yeah, we're stocking crates or materials just against it, and then I would just essentially seal the outer.
Weld around.
There's the thing. I'm pretty sure you don't have cargo. I think you sold it all.
We have like
but
most
you-
leather.
Really? Okay.
But you
There
don't
is,
have
we do have
parts.
ship
You
parts.
have ship parts. Yes.
Then
She had
okay.
Perfect.
Then I would have Miles carry them, and hold him. So he's essentially doing all the heavy stuff, and I'll make sure that I pinpoint the best locations to apply any holds on those parts. So I do essentially the least amount possible in the quickest way possible.
Miles, do you like that idea?
I do. I trust in Bobby.
Alright, well, in that case, roll me, I guess it's gonna be exert strength, since that's what you're doing. Right. Yes.
That's my action.
Yes,
Okay.
that is your action.
So I guess it's all on me.
Well, others can also help. You can all help.
You could have told me like pep talking you or something. There'd be
it-
more
you-
odds.
You did say out loud about Watanabe talking about surrender, like trying to call him now, right?
Yeah, he
Just
will do
just
So-
connect. He's not doing the talking though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, or I'll get off the gunnery. I'll come help.
Alright.
I'm not gonna shoot if we're talking. So I run over, and I'll assist in what little way I can.
Are you trying to do the same thing that Miles is doing?
I guess so. There's no way I can use Dex for this.
No.
Not the strongest fellow, but I will try.
Alright.
Bench pressing is not a dexterous.
Okay, so exert strength.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, I did get exert, so that's good.
Alright.
That is good.
Okay. Is Dalu helping? Can I try to help too? And I mean, is there like is Hell Breach mean there's open space? Like,
Yes.
Phil, your mic is louder than usual.
sorry,
I don't know if
It's
it's...
more like it's
I don't
closer
know.
than usual rather than...
I don't know.
Oh yes, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Fine to me.
Yeah, it was distorting a bit, so
Okay.
now it's good.
So I imagine like if we want to work there, like, can I give them essentially back suits with a spell I have handy?
The what?
I have this. Can I help them by casting a spell? So they can breathe, essentially,
Oh.
when they're working.
Well, I think... let's- Sure. Yeah,
Which
sure.
role is that?
makes
Let's
sense.
say no magic, just to have you roll something. Otherwise, it's a bit too much.
In wisdom?
Intelligence.
Fuck.
What did you roll?
Oh shit.
7.
7. Alright. Robert, you have a bunch of headless chickens running around you. Unless Lance decides to drop the controls, which I doubt he should. But up to him. Then I'm afraid you're on your own. It will be fixed intelligence for you. Which is good news.
Yeah, that's good news. All right, here we go.
Hey. There you go. It's not fun.
Right. Yeah, so you start running around, dropping parts and holding them in the wrong way.
Orientation.
Orientation. And then, Robert, you go. Well, actually, now that I look at it, it's about to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. Like, there's not a huge hole yet. It's just like beginning to tear. So you remember that your toolkit has this like paste that hardens in contact with air, and you like grab it, you load the pistol, you go spray it into the hull, you see it expand and seal it, and you're like, this will hold for now.
Alright. Sky whale, seaman, always reliable.
I didn't want
That's
to
what
say
we
that
call it
it's
in the
that,
shop.
but that's what it is, yes.
No, maybe, I don't know, spider, silk.
No, it is
Fine.
Skywell Seaman. I mean,
Okay.
it
Okay,
does
it's
that
Skywell
so
Seaman.
that when Sky Seals mate, like, it stays inside and doesn't drip out. Funnily
Alright.
enough, actually, some animals do have such properties in real life.
Yeah. Well, I shot my load onto the wall, Captain. I think it holds for now.
Good.
Thank you for your help.
I tried my best.
Thank
I know.
all of you
It's a-
for your
it's a-
help.
It's I would like to think that part of the 13 is them helping a bit. Maybe not as efficiently and effectively as I had hoped, but they're still there.
Alright. Let me remove the hull breach in that case.
I could literally just stand aside and say, Bobby, he's our man. If he can do it, no one can. And it would be even more helpful than what I was doing.
Yes, but where's the drama in that?
You're a melee fighter. I thought you had strength.
Oh, no, I attack with panache.
Yes.
I attack with
with
panache.
your swagger.
He's about as much of a proper melee fighter as you are a dexterity shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Okay.
Right.
Let's see if I can talk to that fucking dude.
Yeah, Watanabe is like sitting quietly on the bridge, left alone with the lens, just like holding like the finger on top of like establish connection button, afraid to press it because then he'd have to talk and he's afraid to fuck it up. So he's kind of like, Captain,
Just press the fucking button. If you don't want to talk, I will.
okay. It connects you. You have established a connection with Bad Habit.
Here's the pilot of the Fable. The captain is currently indisposed. We surrender. Please tell us what we ought to do. We were shutting down our engines as I speak, as I'm turning all the buttons down to basically have the ship come to a stop.
Wonderful. Alright, yeah, you do that, your ship comes down to a slow arcane panels hold in the standby position. I assume by this point the rest of the crew rejoins Watanabe and Lance. Yeah, Lance?
I would actually like to do something first. As soon as I have set this all in motion, I would like to run for our cargo hold, or more like run. Why would I run if I can teleport for free? I will teleport to a box down there that has some old cargo in it. I'm basically just gonna try and grab one of those old pistols that barely functions, and just put it on my hip. Along with the butterfly knife I have, and then throw it back up.
You mean like one of those Ravens that you didn't sell?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assume. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of deal, yeah.
I just don't remember what you have, so it's on you.
I just, it was from when we tried to buy weapons on Orello.
Oh,
we got
those
those shitty
pistols.
things.
So it's. I think it wasn't even pistol. I think it was like.
We have it
crossbows or
written down
something,
somewhere.
but yeah. Okay.
I can give you my thermal pistol if you want.
No, everyone should have a weapon on them.
I have my Mac pistol.
And then, in that case, I'd like your thermal pistol, yeah.
Okay.
This is a very old surrender, might I say.
I'm not trying to wield this, I'm trying to give off an impression that this is my weapon of choice, just in case you don't know.
I see.
All right. Yeah, you Miles in on the bridge. You get an incoming message, like a returning message, what an pushes you through. And you hear the voice of Captain Saban coming over the speakers. He goes, "This is Captain Saban of the Bad Habit. Captain Ruber, I believe you have endangered the lives of our crews long enough. I suggest you come out to the top deck, unarmed, and prepare for surrender. I will give you half an hour to prepare and collect your thoughts. If you make me enter your ship by force, it will not end well. I know enough about your crew to know that we cannot afford to hold back, and weapons do not discriminate. Any deaths that will occur will be on both of our conscience. Captain Saban."
Well, he gave 4 minutes before, but now 30 minutes. Jesus, that leaves me 29 minutes to masturbate.
It's just about to make the same suicide.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well,
anyone
30
wants to
minutes.
rub one out, now's the time. Might be the last one you get.
Oh, we've put our lives to the hands of fate. We might as well go out in a blaze of glory. Yeah. You know, he said that the consciousness would be on both our heads, but if he's going to kill all of us, that doesn't make any sense.
I hope we're getting separate cells at the moment.
I think he
Well-
was referring to that we would probably land some shots as well before we die.
I need to ask an important question. Imagine ourselves in a cell. What's more important, a gun or like a data slab? Something to maybe help get out.
Tools.
I have one thing I can shove up my ass crack.
Tools. If they find it, it'll still at least not be a weapon, you know? You will have fulfilled the unarmed condition anyway.
Yeah.
I guess that
Anything-
makes sense.
Yeah, anything that I can use to get us out of cell.
Lockpicking.
A tool for
whatever.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or for you, it doesn't matter.
I am thinking like, if I had a data slab, the problem is if there's no way to connect to what they have on the ship, then I guess your
Well,
option's
they
better,
usually leave computers in cells for
I
prisoners
suppose.
to be entertained.
And there is one option which I was just gonna do with the time we have. I was gonna bring my gun but have a control grip and prepare like a code for an opening of a door, something like that. Have both.
I mean, obviously, they will leave all of your equipment conveniently placed on like a hook right across from your cell. They will
Yeah.
leave you alone.
Hmm.
Also, just let me make this joke. This is Captain Saban. And if you make me enter your ass crack by force, God forgive me, I will not be able to hold back. I
What
mean,
just to clarify this because I think it's kind of important
Mhm.
if we have something in a cell. If we were to have a tool, what could I bring with me for you, Bobby?
Can you shove a whole toolkit in your ass? How much cargo space do you have?
Look, unfortunately, all right, this is a skill I've cultivated, but I can only do about fist size. Okay,
Oh,
it has to be. It has to fit in your
Quiet.
hand. Okay.
No,
no
no,
larger
no.
than a pistol.
Yeah, yeah.
Takes something that you can use because they are likely to put us into separate cells. At least
Yeah.
that's what I would do. And that's what we did with them for prisoners.
I suppose so.
Do you have any way to defend yourself without conventional arms?
I have these. No.
I see. Well, yeah, since he's,
Well,
we'll
I
just
have,
go unarmed, and that's it.
Um,
I have this little stun thing, but it's not.
You have a +1 needle?
just for your knowledge, Dan, what
Yes.
I'm gonna do
Mhm.
is I'm gonna hide my pistol,
Mhm.
my Mac pistol, with a mag of ammo, and it has a suppressor on it. It has a control grip and
8x
a
scope.
and it has a dark vision scope. And I am putting on the control grip. If I can, I'd like to prepare a hack to open a door, hopefully with the same code on their ship.
All right.
And then I'm going to take all of those attachments on the pistol and then,
Ah,
right,
all right.
you know,
So, one moment. For
I'll be in my cell in
starters,
2 hours, and it's just going to be,
yes.
and it's going to pop out.
Generally, I believe it takes you about an hour to prepare a hack.
Oh,
And I
really?
believe basically if you're doing it quickly, the DC increases.
To prepare it.
Yes. If you're performing the hack of the cup, it takes 10 minutes. All right, you have 10 minutes. Oh, wait. No, if you're rushed and don't have time to prepare the hack, spend 10 minutes doing a security system, you can speed it up into main action, additional difficulty penalty. I guess we can go with 10 minutes.
So I can.
Yes.
Alright.
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, just do me your what's it called? Program intel. And remember the number.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's basically the
And what
hack.
the DC is like.
The DC will depend on
Okay.
what happens on their ship. I'm gonna think about it if it happens, but you load that number
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it, and that's what you load in it.
Okay.
So you do
Program intelligence.
that. Wonderful. I'm sure 7 is
Yuck.
gonna open something.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Now onto hiding. It says an object no larger than a pistol. An additional magazine is a second object, so it doesn't fit. And I'll allow you to use.
In the pistol. What?
No. Well, of course it's loaded pistol. I thought you wanted an
Yeah.
additional one. No.
Oh no, just
Okay.
just in it, you know.
I'll allow you to have the control grip and the
Yeah.
magazine loaded because it's all in the grip and somehow you're hiding it. But I'm sorry, a suppressor and a scope is gonna make it larger than a pistol in size, and that kind of goes beyond what the foci is supposed to do because that increases the what they called the weight and components of your item quite a bit.
Damn. Well then, can I just can I just change and take a storage grip and then put the suppressor in the storage grip?
Sure.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. Any other preparations you want to do?
I leave my two weapons, the the ornate hatchet and the ornate knife, on the ship.
Yeah, I'm leaving all my weapons as well. Damn.
Gonna take the bunny transport cage and some food into my hand.
Right. Yeah. Just for shits and giggles. Lance, as you are like running around finding a gun, and as like Robert notices that and gives you his backup gun, you can like feel and hear like Kartoffel walk up to you and go, Meow. Meow.
What is it? You can come along if you want.
Christopher jumps onto the crate and like tries to grab one of those crossbow kind of
We should
like,
create some mind-controlled guns for you at some point, kind of like a turret on your back. That would be nice. Mm-hmm.
I'm not. No weapons, Kartoffel. It'll be fine.
You have
No,
claws
no.
and fangs.
No weapons. They won't declaw you. It'll be
Don't-
fine.
Don't risk your life. You can come with us, and worst comes to us, you'll join them.
You can just ride along. You can ride along.
and she kind of takes contact with eye contact with you, Miles, and then she kind of walks up to Lance and kind of goes rubs around him, kind of climbs on his shoulder and looks at you and then goes "Rah," and onto his neck. "Rah."
Very good,
It's
Kartoffel.
very
Very good.
impressive.
I'd be gone before you actually scratch, but very good.
Watanabe, I hope you are unarmed as well.
He's holding a suitcase with his stuff. I'm not sure what the appropriate procedure for this is.
Is there a weapon there?
It never gave me one.
Is there a weapon there, Watanabe?
Is toothbrush weapon?
No.
Yes.
In the
It's
right
fine.
hands.
Not in your hands.
Oi.
I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just frustrated, that's all. I'm sorry.
Well, let's see how things play out. I mean, so Bond mentioned that some of us have a warrant on their hand. Bounty. Not all of us.
Are we all ready? I wouldn't be surprised if they had those anti-magic for some of us.
No, I don't
Looking
care.
forward to it. But if any one of you happens to mention it and they didn't have it before that, I am gonna...
Kill
I don't know.
yourself.
I am definitely not traveling with that person anymore afterwards, yeah? Good luck.
You always assume the worst of us.
No, not of you.
What is the saying? Assume the worst.
He's like-
the best.
Doing his best to be as small as possible right now.
Dell's gonna start walking towards the deck of the ship if everyone else is
Yeah,
ready.
same.
I think only Captain Miles is supposed to be up on the
No,
deck.
everything.
Everybody? Oh, okay.
No, me and
Sorry,
my crew.
misunderstood. Yeah, then.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say that we're supposed to be unarmed
Yes.
while
Yes.
we're on the
Yes.
deck?
Yes.
I mean, you can go out to the desk
Yeah.
and make a gesture throwing away your weapons, but
No, just leave them inside. And when Miles goes upstairs, he kind of pauses for a second. I hope we get to come back to you.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna leave my pistol then on the ship. I'll essentially just take off everything that I have on me, except my clothes.
I mean, oh yeah, okay.
Alright. So yeah, you do that, and you see that by now the bad habit has moved parallel to your ship, and they still have weapons trained at you, and the fighter is kind of floating slightly behind you, and also has you in its crosshairs. But you see that like there's a bunch of people on the top deck of the bad habit, tracksuits, and they are setting up some equipment on that deck. So do you like come out like this? Just wait.
I
Yeah,
leave
one
my hands
second.
down.
Okay.
I'll just stand and wait. I'm an old fuck. I can't hold my hands up high all the whole time.
It is pretty hard, yes. No? So, like you see, they set up something that kind of looks like large crossbows, I guess.
Can we lock the ship like a car?
Beep, beep.
I mean, you do have like an ignition key, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
And technically, each door does have like its own lock, so you could have done that.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Or
They will just damage the ship to get through the doors.
Yep. Oh, whatever, he does it. It's a show off.
Fair enough.
I don't know what.
We're just parking the car, and we need to get back to it later on without anything taken from it.
As we're stepping out, I am gonna focus for a second and give everyone, what is it called? Pressure field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you do see that there are quite a lot of people on the other deck, but it's still far enough that you don't see it quite well. And then you see like puffs of gas or smoke of some kind from the other ship, and like a bunch of projectors kind of like go hurling in the direction of your ship, and these like pretty large harpoons basically like hit your top deck and kind of like get stuck in it, and you see cables just sticking from them and going towards their ship, and you see they begin to like reel and become taut. Is the word.
So, Bobby, tell me about this guy you know.
There's not that much to say, honestly. I know him back from the day when I, pretty much when I when I stopped working as a bounty hunter. He asked me to select and train his crew. So it's been quite a few years since I saw him last. I declined because I didn't want to stay in Horizon. Felt like too risky for me.
Is he a good person?
I'm a good person. What?
Is he a good person?
Would I know that? Dan?
Reputation wise.
Was it more like I know of him, but I never really met him?
Yeah, you never met
For
him
longer
personally.
context.
All that you knew about him was basically like from the news, basically, or like more like from whatever like networks you still had as a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he doesn't have a reputation as a bloodthirsty killer. That's good, but like you killed, I believe, pretty much everybody you hunted. Like,
Not necessarily, but often. If the situation, I had no such rule of making sure to acquire them alive.
so, like, sometimes capturing them alive can be more cruel than not capturing them alive. You don't know.
No. I would say, yeah, I don't really know the guy. I just know of him, and I heard his offer and I declined. But maybe he'll at least treat me with some sort of respect and answer a few of our questions, like, what the fuck? And
Yes, a
who
lot
got
of
the
questions.
warrant on us? And
Exactly, and why?
Yeah.
Yeah, just putting out of there, you highly doubt he will actually answer them. Just putting it out there as a bounty hunter, you highly doubt he will betray his
Contacts. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
And where he got the information about our crew, that's also.
Oh, he won't give you that information. I don't think so. I think it's most likely that he will tell us who exactly of us has a bounty on their head, if it's not all of us, except for maybe Watanabe and Christopher. But that might be that might be as far as his sense of courtesy goes. Usually, it's not that common to tell your target. Well, I did usually when I left them alive, where I'm bringing them, but it's not common practice. Usually, you just are quiet, bring them wherever you have to bring them, and then they'll see.
You said he works for the government? You said that?
Well, based on the fucking ship that he has, I would at least assume that if he has not worked for the government or is working for the government, he has at least people in very, very... no, not people, friends in very, very high places. Or he took the ship off of someone.
Is this an Horizon ship, Dan?
It is technically, at least it looks like a Dwarven ironclad. Dwarves not only from Horizon. The design does seem to be like more Horizon-ish. It's the like single hull with arcane panels in the back, the wings, the sails. But I mean, it doesn't mean anything really. Like you bought a soul ship on Orella.
Yeah.
Well, not bought, got. Or more like they were being built on Orella actually. So.
Okay.
Okay, so as you were talking, you like basically see that some people are remaining on that other ship, most likely keeping you under sight, while you see the other people kind of crowd around those cables on the other side of the ship, and then you see figures beginning to rappel down the cables towards your deck, but still kind of holding weapons in their hands, as about 5 figures like land on the deck of your ship, like unbuckle their belt from the rappel and quickly take positions, overseeing you and watching you attentively. Each of them seems to be armed with how did I call it? Did I call it like necrogun or something?
The things that we had on Volos?
No. One moment. Necro race, yes. So basically, ship. Weapons used on a ship to not damage the ship. Because they usually use necrotic rays or something of that kind. And then finally you see like the 5th person rappel onto the ship. A very large figure with like broadsword hanging off the belt, and approaches you and goes, "Captain Ruber." Captain?
Yes.
Are you prepared to surrender?
Evidently.
He like make me stock check. Why I don't know why did I roll this mine? Alright. Good. Now, if you would be so kind as to approach the side of your ship one by one.
Sure, I'll go first.
You go, like, one of his people basically like escorts you to the cable, gets you hooked onto it, and you feel yourself being yanked as you're being reeled to the airship. And in a similar manner, they get all of you across the empty airspace onto the deck of the Bad Habit, where you can see like another 5 people keeping you under aim of their weapons. And right behind you, the people who got to your ship also begin rappelling back onto the Bad Habit. Quickly find yourself surrounded by about 10 armed people. Captain Saban returning last goes. Bring them to the brig, search them, put them in cells. That one gets a special treatment.
Who's he pointing at?
He's pointing at Winnow.
Is this good or bad?
The handle.
Oh.
Keep them underwood, always.
What the fuck?
And basically you're being led into the ship. You're led through the ship, which is smaller than the Fable and much more claustrophobic. Aside from like the main hallway where 2 people could walk aside, the rest of it seems to be a lot more narrow and with a lot less empty space, making it appear more, well, both more military and more claustrophobic. The interior itself also is mostly metal, with very little wood used most for like as a furnishing or like in certain areas of the ship. Nevertheless, you are led to a room, which you can see separated into big holding cells. And there you are put into those holding cells. There are 2 of them. There are 3, well, 5 if we count Watanabe of you are, well, all of you are basically told to strip, like take your clothes off. During which, Dalu, your weapon is found and confiscated, because you don't actually put it up your ass.
Where do you put it?
God damn it!
He just hides it very well somehow, I don't know.
Okay. Is it like a foci or something?
It is a foci, yes.
Okay.
You're given different clothes, like basically like clean, simple clothes that you're allowed to wear. You are given back your underwear after it's checked for like anything sewn into it, so at least you have underwear on. And 5 of you with Watanabe are shoved into one of the cells, and then Winnel is put into basically a metal arm binder that completely prevents you from using your fingers, which you require for spellcasting for somatic components, and you are put into a different cell.
That's not cool. Hey. Someone needs to feed the bunnies.
The bunnies are searched as well.
The bunnies are searched as well, yes. The bunnies are... Honestly, I think they're just left
in space.
The room. No, the bunnies are gonna be just, I guess, left in their carry or whatever it is, carry all.
Okay.
Because like it's enclosed, they can't escape it. Kartoffel is searched.
No.
And
fucked up.
removed from the room. But as she is being taken away, like she looks back
Mm-hmm.
and winks at you, Miles. It's
Yeah,
very hard to do
and-
for a cat, but she
It
winks
is.
at you. It's very
I-
obvious, but she winks at you.
A winking cat. I gotta
you
look.
are left with 4 armed people.
Me?
No, you're all in the same room. Well,
Okay.
basically, like, it's a big room. We
Okay.
separated like in 3 parts. The side parts are basically holding cells, and the middle one is like hallway with people with weapons. It's wide enough. The hallway is that they are not within arm's reach. You can't like go through the bars and like grab their weapons, but they can shoot at you through the bars. They will provide some cover, but not too much. Yeah.
So how does this cell room look like? Is it the same cells like we had the others, or
Very similar, yes.
and it's like
So they're
a
all
unit in
separate,
itself?
yeah. A
Not
unit.
not all separate. 2 cells. One with Winnel and one with the rest of you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we're all together.
like the unit is separate from the rest of the ship almost.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
yes. Like 3 walls are walls, 1 wall is bars. There's a door in the bars. It has been locked. It looks like a heavy lock. There is a toilet in it with a like washing basin. That's it.
Excuse me, dear guards. If it's been a while since I've been to Horizon, but I think we're entitled to at least know where you're taking us. Would you be so kind as to offer that information to us? And also, your captain mentioned that some of us have a bounty on their head, not all of us. Would you care to make that distinction for us?
Like the guards have helmets on, so their voice is a bit distorted, and you don't really see their reaction. Two of them kind of look at each other, and one goes, "You will be offered any and all information at the captain's discretion, wherever and whenever the captain says. For now,
Do we
just
get
sit
it?
tight. We're not here to hurt you if you don't try to hurt us. Make
Fair
yourselves
enough.
comfortable."
Very funny.
I guess we wait.
Like, is it handcuffs or can I move? Or
Armbinder.
Well then,
arm binder? Okay.
It's like I spy with my little
Like
eye.
basically, like your
Something-
hands are like this, and your fingers are like in the metal gloves, and basically like your hands are like this, and you can move them like this, but that's it.
Cool.
Like they completely like bound together, like by basically like a metal sleeve. That's what an armbinder is.
That should allow for some freaky dance moves still. If you
Sure.
feel like it.
Like it
And I
prevents
won't be able
spellcasting.
to wipe my ass. Okay.
That's all that matters.
You front. Yeah, you can swipe from the front.
you can wipe your ass on the bars, right? You can just
Yeah.
lean in and slide up and down.
I think we have time to discuss this. So
I mean, if that's what you want to do, still.
yeah, make the guards leave. Like, just
If-
close them up.
No, the guys
If
don't.
if Miles is bringing up my little spy, I'd like to play along, and while that's sort of like what we're doing, take in how the room is surveyed. If there's like cameras and like.
Make me
Drones.
notice check.
I would, while he does that, I'll make myself comfortable and just watch the guards, and I would like to watch their movement pattern. And I want to find out if one of them has any obvious or subtle, like dispositions of moving that could be exploited in hand-to-hand combat. So, for example, someone limping or someone favoring their left foot or their right foot something like that.
Alright, you make me an insight check, which is also not just wisdom. But I'll tell Dalu that yes, each of the cells has basically a camera in one corner and camera in another corner. So there's no
Okay.
really blind sides. And
So 2 cameras inside each
Inside of
cell
your
and
cell.
then outside.
with a 9, yeah, you see a camera overseeing basically like above the door into this room, looking towards the basically both of the doors.
Okay, and in it's reachable, but it's
And none of
there's
them,
only-
well, like if somebody like picks it up a little bit, you could reach the cameras in the corner, but they are basically between like thick glass that has been put into a metal frame, and the metal frame has been riveted to the wall, which
Right.
limits the line of sight of the camera, but makes it a lot harder to destroy. And,
Okay, sure.
like you could cover it up as all cameras, but
And just last question then. Could I infer with that 9 any blind spots in the room?
you think the only blind spot would be like under one of the cots that are in the prisoner cells that you can sit on, like under a bench?
Okay. Well, other than that, in the whole thing, no. Okay. I'll while I'm with the captain
Like
doing
maybe
either-
right under the camera, but
Can I
well, actually no, because if you're
Okay.
under one camera, the other one's here. That's why there are 2 of them. So.
I'd like to. I'm not sure how I'd word this. Probably knowing Dalu his talking skills probably very poorly, but like show some of this information in the I Spy My Little Eye. There's no blind spots or no not much to do because of the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So, do you come here often?
What are you talking to?
Everyone. Just making a joke.
Yeah.
Not really. I think it's the first time for me here.
I guess same for me.
Quite a
Oh,
lovely
it's not bad.
ambiance, though. Yeah.
That's
But-
not bad.
Depends on where we go.
Mhm. I gotta say, definitely the best thing to do is to just accept whatever's going on, because I do think making negotiations with people like this, not in our hands anymore. It's just up to chance.
I mean, we
Then
can
it would
still
be
pray that
walked
he,
out.
inherits some of Miles's will, and he gives us some money and sends us on our way.
Yeah, I suppose if we just feign ignorance and say it was all
If we're
Miles.
nice enough and
Yeah.
promise information.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, I have to agree. I feel like our hands are tied here.
Okay, so when we all walk out of this cell, if there's ever a moment where this orc captain wants to speak to all of us, we all in sync just point at Miles. I'll pat you in the back now.
One
We're
of the
not.
guards is
Don't,
like,
don't worry.
He finds it funny too. This is good.
Oh, fuck! Excuse me, guards. Are you perchance opening up our ship? Because if you do, would you be so kind as to bring an old man like me his guitar? I really do enjoy playing. I think it would be to everyone's benefit here. I mean, I assume that we will be traveling a bit,
Yeah.
and I'd be happy
And-
to play for you guys.
What a beautiful idea. And also, if you don't mind, really just good favor for us, the guitar And we did a shipment of really lovely toilet paper. The ones in here are terrible. We have a couple of spare we use.
We sold the toilet paper.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you
no,
did
no,
say
no,
that.
We have a roller left we
we-
use for our
We
toilets.
probably
you know?
use some of that for our toilets.
Well,
Yeah.
the toilet paper is actually really good.
Yeah, you know, if you bring some here, you can use it too. But just the ones here horrible. You're giving us grease paper. You know, we don't want that stuff.
Also, there's a lovely rug. It would also be very much appreciated. It really lights up any room it comes into. Also a couch, but I think I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
not
it'll
much
get-
room for a couch. We did have nice glowing lights that go around our cargo room. That'd be nice in here.
Excuse me, guards. I didn't plan for them to pile on my request, so please treat my request separately from theirs because I think it has more benefit.
And he
Except
has
for the toilet
first.
paper. Toilet paper is actually a pretty good point. But you could also use the toilet paper for yourself. I tend to see it go to waste.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what's your name? You seem like a nice guy.
He loves us, you can just tell. Look at him.
One of the
I
guys looked
know.
at each other.
You-
You know, it's always the same with them. They either swear at us or try to talk into us. I don't know which one is better. Well, these ones are at least mildly entertaining. I don't know. Hey, old man, you any good with that guitar?
I'm not a master, but I would call myself decent.
Oh, he's really good.
He makes his own songs.
Really good.
So, you know, I'm inflicted with this condition that sometimes makes my body cramp up. So it kind of varies from day to day basis, but I'm proficient.
Hmm, that's nice.
So if you feel like you want some entertainment, I'm happy to play the guitar. Also, I don't lie. It's honestly only what I want. I just like
Sure.
to play the guitar.
Sure,
I mean,
I
it's
trust
such-
you. I trust you completely.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's rare for.
Is the ship in motion?
No,
Okay.
that's why they can tell.
You know, to sit in a situation like this and know that we have a lot of, you know, candor between all of us, it makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I quietly go to Dalu and whisper loud enough that they can hear it, and say, I don't appreciate you piling onto my thing because I actually it was a serious request because I get bored a lot and I need to move my fingers, otherwise things get worse, and I feel like you're ruining my chances of getting the guitar.
You know, I kind of realized that when I mentioned the lights, it was just way too much excess. To be honest, I wanted to say it just to get involved in the nice chat you were having, but to be fair on me, I haven't even gone to the toilet yet. I can feel a rash. I'm sorry. I just felt
There's
like
one right
saying-
over there. Have fun.
Yeah,
Will
but
can
yeah,
help you wipe.
You know, I won't do it again. So, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure they will not give you my guitar anyway. Well, if you do, please, it would be much appreciated.
Bobby, what happens if you don't move your fingers?
I
Asking for a friend.
I start masturbating frantically. I have to move them somehow.
And they hear that as well. Like, hope. Maybe they'd leave us alone.
Точно не помню, что его сюда принять. Если его нет там на столе, то я хз где он. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, at about this point, the door opens and like another, not another, but another crew member enters. This one is not in a combat uniform, but like just like in a ship, like just jumpsuit, generic jumpsuit. So like face open, everything like close cut hair. Bringing like a tray with some cups on it, and walks up to the other guards. Hey, have they been behaving? The guards go, yeah, so far. I mean, This actually could be pretty funny trip. This one's fancies themselves comedians or something. I mean, they're not that bad. Alright. He kind of like walks up to the door, like kneels, opens up the like sliding door at the bottom, puts this tray through. It's like a tray for 5 cups with just water in them.
Oh,
Actually 4. It's gonna be 4. He takes the 5th, walks to the other side, and
what about Watanabe?
one moment, and ask Winnel, "You thirsty?"
Sure.
He shows to the other guards. They open the door, keep Winnel under aim, but he like takes the cup and offers it to you so you can drink from it.
I'm not dangerous while drinking, but thank you.
Yeah, so he does that, and as he finishes that, he returns to the original cell, and like Winnel is closed up. He again moves to the guards. They open up this cell, and he goes, "Mr. Robert Glass, would you come along with me, please?"
Sure.
And
Do they want me to reach out and shackle me or something?
no. Not
Okay.
really. And Captain Ruber,
Hmm?
you as well?
He gets up of the cot and stands up.
So the two of you are let out of the room, which technically leaves an extra cup. If you don't like drink this by now, then they remove the cups and they take them away. So if you didn't drink, you didn't drink. If you drank, you drank. And then the remaining people are left with the guards, while Robert, Miles are led out of the room.
I wave.
Если вы здесь нет, я забыл во французской комнате. Alright, so those of you left behind, do you plan any daring escapes, any tricks, any escapades?
Yeah, definitely. While those two are gone, that's when we start to those,
I
especially
don't
when we
know.
haven't even left.
The odds
fucking
were to go
fights.
before. We have to stop that.
When they're being escorted away, and like Bobby is gone with Miles, and this guy's upon this tray away, like I walk up and I reinforce the guitar. This like, hey, just I feel bad with that idea. I don't want to make it seem like it wasn't a serious request, because that was a serious request. Can you get that guitar? He's a nice guy, And then we look at each other here. Do you mind?
Look, don't tell anybody I told you so, but we run these good prisoner points here, right? For every day you behave, you get like 5 points. You can order juice, you can order like meat, you gather some points, you can ask for a musical instrument.
I want to see if he's.
You know
lying.
what? That's
Make
good.
an insight
That's
check.
good.
I'm gonna be like, dope! Fuck yes, meat. Whatever. Oh yes, this is gonna go very well. Oh yeah.
How can you roll that? Oh, with the -1.
Do you have a list of like what individual things cost? Like what does a meat go for, or a juice?
We used to have one, but one of our prisoners like used that list of paper to make a paper crossbow and try to escape. So since then, it's all verbal.
But
Paper
you
cross-
said she tried
Oh.
to escape, so they didn't manage. So you might as well also just, you can tell us. You don't need to show us a list.
Have you never gotten a paper cut? That shit's dangerous and painful.
Not really, no. Don't really touch papers much, to be honest.
Well, that list is very admirable. That's a nice compromise for the prisoners. Yeah, well, keep that in mind. Yeah, hopefully we can.
I mean, we're actually getting
Get the
like
instrument.
ideas from new prisoners because like new people, new cultures to add to the list. So if
Yeah.
you have any, like culture-specific ideas, like I don't know, maybe you're vegetarian, maybe Your religion prohibits you from drinking water. Just tell us. We'll see what we can do.
Can I, while chatting to this guy, see if he has things on him that are very obvious, like a ginormous round key set on his belt or something? You know?
You've seen them use a key, and it's not a ginormous obvious one, and it is specifically the guy who's staying the furthest away from all of you.
Okay.
And who isn't?
But and is there anything else I could like see on his person that I might find useful?
Weapons?
Don't know. Just something like I could just grab.
These are people in combat field uniform, holding weapons and having a backup melee weapon on their belt.
Okay.
Like maybe there's something in there, like like on the belt, like utility, those pockets, most likely ammunition or something. You don't know.
Okay. Right.
It looks pretty professional.
Sure. Well, I thank him again, and I'm gonna like walk off happy. I'm gonna walk off happy and look like I'm going to like lie on the bed and stuff and relax. And at some point, I'm gonna look around the room to look for little, appliances or something that I could forge into a little lock-picking tool later.
Right.
That's it.
While doing that, Robert and Miles, you've been led out of the room, and outside of the room, I immediately flanked, by 4 armed guards as they begin escorting you through the ship. And they bring you to a room which has captain's quarters sign on it, and they the guy who asked for you, he knocks on the door. He hears a voice, "Come in." From the inside, the door opens, ushered inside. 2 of the guards enter the room with you to stay on the outside. The guy who led you goes away. Inside of the room, it's a lot smaller than your captain's quarters, Miles. It's more tight, more practical utilitarian. There's the desk, the cot, the locker.
No barrels of wine.
No barrels of wine. I mean, there is shelf with some books, and maybe there is something in it, but not really. And you see across the desk, currently standing, having taken off his helmet, right. You see a... I did. You see a fairly tall, lean, strong looking, but not a strong man, but more lean looking half orc. With fairly short black hair, graying a little bit on the sides. His right eye is kind of scarred and partially blind, and there are some white markings on his face, but he is dressed in this military-ish uniform. The most distinguishing part that makes it not be military is that he has no rank emblems on him. It's just the style is military. And he had this big broadsword with an orange sun-like pommel on his hip, held up by 2 belts to distribute the weight. And next to him are 2 people in pilot jumpsuits with helmets on. One of them might be a woman based on the body shape. You're not sure. The jumpsuits hide the curves. Maybe it's just somebody very thin. But they are smaller than him. He nods at you and goes, Captain Ruber. The glass, sir. Please.
Captain
sit.
Saban. Thank you. I'll take a seat.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I have invited you into my quarters to negotiate the terms of your surrender. Transportation. To ensure it as safe and comfortable as possible. I'd like you to understand that we've been in this job for a long time. And I've seen a lot of trees. I am certain that your crew members are capable of surprising us. I would advise you again that would lead to bloodshed. If any of my men die, I'm afraid I would have against my principle. Now, there are two main for starters, Mr. Glenn. I have nothing against you, individual. There is no bounty on you. I'm afraid I had to capture you along with your comrades, considering your reputation. But you are willing to promise me that you will not assist your roommates in their escape. Then I will be willing to allow you limited access to as a passenger, not as a prisoner.
Can I make that promise after our discussion? If that's all right. Thank you.
I would also ask you to assist my roommate in repairs of your ship. We need to get it jump worthy. I have a feeling will excel.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure I can do that.
Well, I have to say I was quite surprised. Find out that you are part of this. I assumed you have abandoned this line of work.
So you do remember me.
More than that.
I'm your father.
I believe
What
I
it-
am much younger than Mystic. And no, I am not your son. I know my family. No, Mr. Glass, your reputation was not widely known. But for those who sought out such stories, I've heard enough. I believed you had retired. I have lost. Well, I haven't heard anything about you in many years. Once I learned of your presence as a crew, I had to take them a lot more seriously.
I see. Well, it's nice that some people remember me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to coach your crew back in the day. Unfortunately, I was kind of made to leave the scene as quickly as possible. I can tell you all about it if you're interested, but maybe that's for later.
There will be a lot of travel time. Discuss.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Captain Ruber, as you can imagine, I cannot share much. Wouldn't be a good bounty hunter otherwise. But as I mentioned previously, my contract is to deliver you to. What happens to you after that is no concern of mine. The moment I hand you over to my employer, you might immediately try escape. What a pity, really, that we had to do to your ship. Had to do. In any case, as I mentioned previously, I think your chances of escape from this ship with your full crew are fairly low. I suggest you buckle up, rest, and don't make a situation worse than it. We'll provide you with all the necessary amenities for the trip, but please understand, we cannot allow you to roam the ship for various reasons.
Is the bounty only on myself?
About that, I believe one known as Robbie is no longer part of your crew.
True.
Good to know. Mr. Glass and your pets have no bounty.
Again, Mr. Glass
And your pets have no bounties.
Mm-hmm.
So Watanabe and Katafa.
No,
Does
no.
he...
No.
the bunnies, alright.
I was referring to the bunnies and the cat.
Okay.
And the rest do.
Residue. Yes. I have to admit, we didn't quite account for your navigate. Proved out a lot more skillful. But well, that would back. Mr. Glass, I think it would be better if you were to be brought back to your ship. The longer we stay here.
Fair enough. I can start repairing the ship.
And please consider my offer while you do so.
I will.
So you, Robert, are let out of the room, and you will be, over a bit of time, moved up deck, moved back to the Fable, and you see that there's like a crew of non-armed, not armored personnel on your ship, going around, checking it out, seeing the extent of the damage, and I think you can just repair your drive at this point. Technically counts as disabled.
Do I need to make some rolls or something for it to
Not
fix
really.
it? Or?
The important thing is they are not repairing your drive, they are jury-rigging it. So they are doing like very swift, very cheap repairs. Will restore it to full functionality, but obviously if it gets shot, it gets blown. That would not be fun. But that can be done a lot much. But yeah, you're just assisting because you know how it works, and they are not as good as you, but they are skillful, so they listen to you. They know that you know that ship better. Basically, by the end of the day, you will have the drive repaired to sufficient functionality that you will be able to use the full properties of it. Right. Where was I? Yes, back in the room. You, Miles, are left alone with Captain Saban and guards and helmed people. Saban goes, well, Captain Ruber, anything else you would like to ask of me?
How long will be the journey? Don't tell me about just how long.
Information is confidential. You have a very skillful pilot. We wouldn't want you figuring out your destiny. Hmm. One thing of concern I would want. I believe you are in possession of some map that leads rock debris.
Hmm.
I would request that you.
Sure.
Very well. Any medical conditions of your crew that I need to be aware of?
Currently not. No, currently not.
Then let us hope it remains. Now, against the better of my judgment, are united with the crew. I will leave you here to talk to somebody who has requested such emotion. He and all of the people but one of the helmeted jumpsuit person leave the room.
No. So it's just me and the three of them?
You and one person.
Oh, one. Okay.
That person kind of like looks at you, like does this. And removes their helmet as long, beautiful black blue hair falls from beneath it, revealing the blue skin, the mole on the side of her mouth. Has no smile. Strange look in her eyes. Thalassa gazes at you.
Quick change of careers you have.
You cannot blame me for betraying you, for I never was your friend from the very start.
Didn't blame you for that.
Neither did I change careers. I did hope that you were a better judge of situation, Miles. There really was no need for things to happen the way they did happen. It made it a lot easier for yourself.
What kind of captain doesn't give up a fight just a little bit before he surrenders?
The kind of captain who can plan long term.
But makes him look weak. Makes him untrustworthy. Willing to throw away his crew just on a whim.
Then you have much to learn about captaincy and leading your people. For what it's worth, I'm glad to know that you've all been captured without too much.
So what is this all about?
Nothing, just a whim. I really shouldn't be talking to you. Don't know why. Well, I guess I know. Still a stupid idea. But I don't know. I don't think I'll do this again. Shouldn't have done this in the first place. Just figured. I don't know. Right. Take care of yourself, Miles. Like pats on the
Will do.
shoulder as she passes by. Like knocks on the door. Walks outside the room. Saban like looks as she's going away. Looks at you. Very well. Please escort Captain Ruber back to his. The guards not pick you up and, well, not pick you up, but thank you and start escorting you back into the holding cell.
We've been played for.
You're back now,
Played,
yeah?
Yes.
played like a fiddle.
Do you tell everything that happened?
Well, I'll just say that Thalassa is on board and she was never a reporter.
That's tough, buddy.
It's quite alright, actually. They did. Bobby's not back, right?
No.
I'll tell them. Bobby was. He's the only one without a bounty on his head. And he has been offered to roam about as a passenger on the ship with limited access, and fix the ship because it needs to be jump ready.
Oh, so what did we do?
They couldn't disclose any of that information. Nor where we're going. But
Well,
he
if
did
Bobby
mention.
isn't
But he didn't mention Robbie. So
yeah, and if Bobby isn't involved, that already speaks volumes too, right? He's been with us apart from the very beginning, so it has to be related to that. One way or another.
a Rello business.
A Rello business. Maybe a Red Dawn business, but definitely a Rello business.
So if this Thalassa kind of got to us, through this job and through yourself, Miles, though, it's not, you're not the key problem. I was wondering, remember that time that she got all this information off us? Something we can take advantage of here that they don't know, like they're completely wrong in how they're viewing us.
They're
So
bounty
I don't
hunters.
know how else
They don't
wouldn't-
care.
Remember I'm just wondering. Remember who they said, like the Saban over the comms, Watanabe said that they knew us all too well.
Hmm.
Some things we could take advantage of. Not sure.
Yeah, it's probably best to talk right here about it. That's a good idea.
Right in front of gods.
Mm-hmm. I'll wink to them.
Dara, we are going to behave as nicely as possible. Captain Saban is very. Captain Saban is
Oops.
a fair person, a fair captain. And we're gonna play along. He even did mention himself that once he drops us over, he wouldn't lift a finger if we try to escape them.
Really?
I think it's worth trying to see who is willing to pay. I would assume a lot of credits, considered all, to get to us. So, make yourself comfortable, like they said.
And this bed is surprisingly comfy. From what you're saying, from the experience with the card over there, honestly, It's actually rather pleasant. If at any point you hear construction, for some God knows what reason, there's construction going on outside. Is Babby back yet? As well.
He's
still
won't be
gone.
back for a while.
Okay, he's still gone. Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe they still need us.
I mean, yeah, to get paid.
No, I mean, why bring us in alive? I mean, you have to have some use to them.
I think it would be preferred, but he was also willing to kill, so it's not an exclusive kind of deal, maybe. My money is we're going to the Red Dawn territory.
Really?
But maybe Aurella.
Why?
They're usually the bad guys.
I don't know. Yeah, that seems to fit.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense at all. Why would we go to Red Dawn territory?
I mean, it's the only ones we pissed off.
They're red
wasn't
and
it?
evil.
Really? What about the elves and our failed mission there?
Ah, they're fine.
What about
Yes.
the Aurello resistance?
It's
Well,
very possible.
Yeah, listen. List
small.
all the people that would have reason to put a bounty on your head.
Yeah.
What
The guy is like
what
updating the
about
price.
That, fish
What about
seller
Aether?
on Kalkidiki that was a pirate previously? Like maybe he's like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you 50 credits to capture those guys and bring them to me.
What about Aether? What about that shop vendor I actually fooled with the orc costume and shilled a few equipment from him?
Yeah, they would buy this, rent the ship, and all the services checks out.
Actually.
Oh,
You're figuring it out?
you're saying because we flew with Aether for like 2 weeks that we're wanted for some?
No, they didn't. They didn't mention Aether. They mentioned Robbie, halfling engineer. Remember,
Mm.
one of the pets. She was pissed off when we let the pirates
Yeah.
have a second chance.
But not
That seemed like a
bounty pissed
personal
off, was it?
journey rather than a vendetta against us, though.
Who knows?
If I remember correctly, Robbie wasn't with us on our first exit, right? You know, the very first one?
She wasn't.
Oh, interesting.
It's not what you
no.
think.
Oh no, and then... Oh,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
oh.
Yep.
No,
Figured it out.
I haven't figured it out, but I'm just saying in character. Oh, as well.
You know what? To follow up on just chilling and saying that this place is looked after so well. This unit is so nice. We could even play cards. You want to play some cards or something while we were waiting? Sit down.
Do we have enough points to get a set of cards yet?
Yeah.
If we combine our points?
Oh,
Our good prisoner boy points?
Not yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
shit.
Excuse me. What? What are you talking about?
They have a really cool system here
Oh,
where
yeah.
if you behave, at the end of the day you get a point, and then you can, with your points, you can
5
buy
points, I
some
thought.
I don't know. They didn't show me a list of what costs what and so on, so I don't know. They'll give you some. You can choose between some meat, some juice, maybe an instrument, that kind of deal.
When Lance says this, I'm looking at the guards to see their reaction.
I mean, they all in helmets. But like once the guy
Yeah.
goes, They accrue at midnight. Ship midnight.
Sure. But if there's no cards,
Hmm.
I guess singing.
Singing.
Come,
Well,
guess me
didn't
this
we
riddle.
find
What
out
beats
that
pipe and fiddle? What's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle? What's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steam? What can make the dumb talk? What could make the lame walk? What's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone? And what helped Mr. Brundle to dig up the Thames tunnel? Sure wasn't it whiskey from old Insuone? So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. And boys often wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boys.
If you give him some whiskey, he's usually more quiet.
I think that's his way of asking for a drink.
Most
That's-
definitely.
+5 good boy points.
That's a +5.
That was at least a +15, let's be real here.
All right. Well, wondering the exact chain of events that has brought you to the station you found yourself in, spend some time in your cell as we go and take a break.
Alrighty.
We're back. Yes, you're not on your own ship anymore. Alright, so gentlemen, you are together but separated, separated but together. Most of you have been returned to your cells. Winnel, you occasionally get somebody to come over and help you with your business. You are not let out of your arm binder basically at all. They seem pretty scared of you. Especially when you smile at them, that really freaks them out. Robert, you basically spent about, well, the rest of this day that you got captured jury rigging your slipstream drive back to basically rate 2. And yeah, and
Ship hit points?
no, nobody fixes that. Nobody ain't got time for that. And the ships remain anchored for the night. You don't see Saban or any of the other people you seen by faces or by names during this time, but somewhere in the middle of not in the middle, like the middle, well, actually, yeah, and you actually chill around for, well, Robert, you're the only one who knows because you walk around and have understanding of the time and the passage of time. The ships also stay anchored for another half a day, and then you get a feeling that like somebody has returned to the ship, to the bad habit, and that's when you yourself get transferred to the bad habit. And during transfer you notice, or like see, because you weren't aware of it, you see Talassa transferring to the Fable.
Does she acknowledge me in any way?
She kind of like looks at you, and she looks to be in a really bad mood. But
I ask
she
her,
doesn't say anything. No, you swing past each other on the grapples and first play. But she.
I wave at
Wait,
her.
what are you doing here?
But yeah, she goes to the Fable, and you're brought to the bad habit. And you're brought once more to meet Captain Saban, who seems himself to be kind of tired and deep in thought. But as you enter, he looks up and goes, the glass. Have you considered my offer?
Yes, I have.
And?
Please remind me, I'm old. So the promise was, as long as I don't start any trouble with your prisoners, I'm okay?
Yes. Obviously,
Okay.
there are a significant portion of this ship that will be off limits to you. You understand?
Of course.
But you will have access to the sleeping quarters, to the galley, so.
Sure. Yeah, I'll promise I don't cause any trouble with them. Can I still visit them? They're, after all, my friends.
Under supervision.
Of course.
And he looks back and takes up something lying on the shelf and returns you closest to you. They have been searched.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think you had anything in them. And
Nah.
he does return your mech pistol to you, but it's unloaded.
I nod and say thank you. Say, this is a personal question. Do you have time for a small chat? I don't want to take up your time.
Then I suggest you take a short. Well, as a matter of fact, I suggest we move to the. We finish our business here, and we were preparing for it as soon as.
Oh, speaking of, do you want me to stay on board of the Fable? Because as it is right now, it's working, but as soon as something breaks, it might explode if you don't have people on board that can fix it. I promise it won't cause any trouble.
With all due respect, Robert, I believe there are very few people on this trip that can handle you. Combat, maybe. And I
Oh.
would prefer you stay next to them.
All right, fair enough. But honestly, if you remember something about me, I don't lie. So if I say I'm not causing you any trouble, I just want to make sure that the ship stays in one piece. That's really what I want to do.
From what I hear, your ship should be fine so long as nobody shoots at it.
Okay, fair enough. Then
I'm afraid
nobody shoots at it.
if such a situation happens, your captain will have to deal with the consequence of his actions.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, then let's get to the bridge, and while we go there, maybe I can ask you one or two questions. Something that has been burning in the back of my mind for a few decades.
Good name. I mean, you can ask.
I say, well, it's not loaded.
Yeah, he like says the phrase, and he like looks at your gun and like, I shouldn't have used those words. You don't need to like make an inside check. He looked nervous giving your gun back to you. It appears that the man has much higher expectations of you than you may have of yourself.
Yeah, I hold it out and say, if it makes you uncomfortable, you can take it back.
It is a sign of my.
Oh, it's much appreciated. So my question, have you heard about the mermaid?
All right. Oh boy. One moment. Interesting. He's proficient. The skill. That's a good roll. He frowns. I've heard rumors. I wonder how much of them was true.
What did you hear exactly?
I believe the mermaid was a serial killer, a drowner. One of your last bounties. Dead now.
Yeah. Actually, the last one.
I heard it was a woman.
Yeah.
Is it why you have?
All the circumstances of it. Yeah. What else have you heard about it?
I left Horizon. Your time, though for different.
Well, it certainly has been the right choice for you, if I may say so. I mean, not everyone gets a Corvette like this. Well done.
I I have a friend. Retro, immense power. He says that with great power comes great responsibility. Trust me. This ship did not come cheap.
I can imagine. Well, thanks anyway for answering my question.
If it is not too much, why have you joined this?
I pull up my shirt, show like the small pieces of crystal poking out of my ribs. He shoots me.
His face.
I hate crystal people.
His face kind of goes grim.
So after I left Horizon, I worked as a mechanic. Turned out that I have a really good hand for it. And then one day there was one ship and it almost exploded right in a dock, would have killed a lot of people. And I stopped that from happening, but it came with a price. And yeah, the summary of it is I tried to find a cure. Turns out there isn't one. And at some point I gave up and I thought, hey, maybe it's time for me to have one last adventure, before things get too bad. They were in the right time, right spot, and I thought, join them. Seemed like good people.
So I have heard. I'm sorry that I might be spoiling your fun.
Well, speaking of fun, maybe I can join your crew at some point. Not like I have much of a crew left now. Or can I take the ship?
Make me. I mean, there's no difference between persuasion and deception here, so I guess talk charisma. Basically trying to see how serious you are. Do you mean it?
Yeah, it's more like it's more about he wouldn't get the feeling that Bobby is really inquiring, more like if he would be open to it. But he's I think it's quite clear that with especially with that shitty roll that it's not an offer, not a situation that Bobby has contemplated. More like he's checking if there are options. But the ship thing.
He goes. That would be an honor. Though frankly, certain of the fate that may befall the fate.
Oh, you have to hand it in as well?
Yes.
Oh. That's unfortunate. I like the ship. It's nice.
You've certainly done good work.
Can't take that much credit for it. Thank you.
Really. The reports I've got from my engineer understand why. Anything less might have been it.
There's no chance that you would be willing to share some details with me, right? Honor my profession as a former bounty hunter that I will not share. It's just my fucking curiosity is killing me.
And would you be able to talk to your comrades and not share this?
If they asked me directly if I know, then I would have to tell them that I do know, but then I swore to you not to tell. And they know that I stick to my word. Might put a strain on our friendship. But then again, me running around freely might already put a strain on it.
And that would be 0 loss. In any case, Mr. Glass, my feelings. I have a contract. Expected. Uphold. And information about my employer is classified. You understand?
Yeah. Alright. I'll let you do your thing then. I'll get out of your hairs, grab some food, and then maybe take a nap.
I suggest you find a seat soon. The jumps are violent. Especially when Talas is not at the helm. Right, yeah, you're left to your devices. You know that, like, as you walk around, you're being observed. Like, people don't interfere with you and they're being cordial, but, like, people just, like, making sure you don't walk into, like, a weapons room or an engines room. And if you do try, like, politely but respectfully tell you, like, sir, this is a restricted area, please don't.
I would just ask where to. Before I go anywhere where I'm not supposed to go, I will always ask, hey, where's that place? Where's the canteen? Where can I grab some food? Where can I sleep?
Sadly, the geography of this ship is very different from Fable, which means that like 80% of it is military, which doesn't leave you with too many rooms to walk around. It's basically cantina, sleeping quarters, showers, and everything else is like other weapons, engines, or other crucial system. Like you thought Fable was packed with stuff. This group is just like sardines in a barrel.
While we're walking around, which can I get like a general feeling of the ship, where everything is, for example, where I would suspect the engine to be, any weak points, just just as I'm passing by, not actively seeking for anything, just making note of things.
Give me fix intelligence with a -2 modifier.
Fix intelligence -2. 7.
Well, it's a bit hard. Like, you don't know where any of the like innards of the ship would be, or access panels or anything. You don't know that the bridge on the ship, unlike Fable, is basically like in the very middle of the ship. It has no windows, nothing. It all operates on like sensors or divination, magic or whatever. But there's generally almost no windows on the ship. It's pretty military. Well, your suit engine is in the back. There are some spaces in the ship where you can't go, where you assume, like where normally cargo space would be. That's the space they use to hide their weapons, basically to like slide them into the ship, and that's what makes it more cramped. And you assume that, like your ship, it uses a much more expensive like water reclamation and purification system, just like having tanks, because there's no space. But aside from that, honestly, I told you more than I should have, maybe. Like, everything is a weak spot from the inside. Nothing is a weak spot from the outside. It's armored.
Okay.
It's like a walnut. Yeah. What was that? Right, yeah. While you do that, people in the cells, you get. Well, I mean, Miles is already with you. Anything you wanna do, talk, discuss in that one day?
Is it possible that sorry about the noise. When we're talking, not talking, it's do I have a little appliance, small thing I could use, maybe as a lockpick? Maybe I've taken a little bit off of my belt when the guard isn't looking.
Did you
Well,
make me a stealth check?
sure.
It's dexterity, I guess. No. Nick and a bit so. And do make me a notice.
Sure.
You like carefully go around the room and like check the screws, check everything, and you go like, and you notice that every single screw is made in such a way that it's been screwed in, and then it's been welded to be unremovable. The best you could do is, tear up the cloth on the bench.
Mhm.
All that would do is just make you more uncomfortable. This room does have amenities. They're fairly small. They're not very good, but they're there. But everything that can be removed has been welded shut or glued shut or something. They're always
Sure, yeah.
under. You like no, have been fed like multiple times a day. It's rations, rations. Not like you haven't eaten those. By the way, Robert, you were allowed to get your guitar from the field.
Ah, nice.
It was searched before that.
Yeah,
The
sure.
scanner basically checked that there's nothing dangerous in it, but because I don't think there's anything dangerous in it.
Only toilet paper.
Yeah. And you guys in the cell brought some toilet paper.
At some point, if once we made the jump and we're in transit, I would like to visit the prisoners.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And say hello.
Who are you?
I am.
Must be the guy who ditched us for his new friends.
It's yeah.
So it was
That's
you
exactly-
all along.
It's exactly
knew it.
me. Yeah.
Tell me, Bobby,
Mhm.
how did you tell them where we were going? How did you communicate with them?
First of all, I slept with Miles, and whenever he was asleep, I used his secret communication device.
Mm.
He sent my diary
for one.
notes. Yeah.
Makes sense.
All jokes aside,
We did sleep.
so I got my gun back. It's not loaded, but it's cool. I feel like a whole person now again. Got my guitar back. I will play a bit for you. Keep you entertained if the guards allow me.
Sure, I can hold your gun if you want.
No,
Here.
Udo, yeah, like this.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I don't have a warrant on me. Bounty, I mean.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Did they tell you anything else?
Nah. I mean, he Soban knows what he's doing.
Professional.
And he's professional and he's good at what he does. I mean, I won't lie. I tried to tickle a bit out of him, but I knew he wasn't gonna talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
so apparently, we also have to say goodbye to the ship, the Fable.
Is that so?
It seems like that has to be. This is not secret information, right? It's not like Suban asked me to not share this.
You get the feeling that, like, if he told you something, then he thought it's irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently the ship has to be handed over as well. So I'll try and see if I can keep it in my hands, but I don't know.
Bargain for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of promised them that I wouldn't cause any trouble because, you know.
Oh, don't.
But if you only kind of promised, then it's not a real Bobby promise, is it? Bobby promise trademark.
Well, yeah, I'm really sorry, but I didn't know what else to do in the current situation. I think they will treat you nice and, well, I think the chips may fall where they fall.
Dalu's lying on the bed in the cell, and in earshot of the guards, he's like, the blanket is beside him on the bed, and he takes it, and he just says, "Traitor." It's like cuddles up in the bed, like, and hides.
And Bobby says, "Dalu, no!"
Dalu's whimpering in the bed.
Dalu, sometimes mommy and daddy don't get along together.
It doesn't mean they don't love each other.
It doesn't mean they don't love you, Dalu.
Yeah, so basically, once we arrive where we arrive, I think I'm good to go.
Anyone on a bet on where we're going?
Thought it was the Red Dawn.
But we can bet some money on it if we want. What about you, Watanabe? You like betting?
I'm not very good at it, apparently.
Yeah, that's why I want to hear your guess first. So I know where we're not going, you know?
Watanabe he'll bet the wage that he probably won't get more because we're prisoners.
Well, I mean, we can bet
No.
some of those good points, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm down for that.
meat and juice.
I will drink that.
I'm a good boy, and thus I will not gamble.
Like, Watanabe like thinks for a while. I'm trying to remember. When did you ever let Watanabe do anything fun? Because on Helios he's been on a ship, on Kalkiriki he's been on a ship, on Volos he's been on a ship. I think like really let him have fun anywhere aside from Polis.
What the hell? He gets to sit on a ship all day and watch TV while we go out and do
quietly-
work. Hard work.
Is it about that time you like told me to sit like in a car and wait, and then you appeared like a woman?
Nah. You know why not?
Because I said so.
No. No, it's because Bobby doesn't have a warrant.
Oh. Are we paying taxes? Like, was Robbie like a government agent that is getting us for tax evasion? Is that why you're not paying me money?
What do you mean? You get the
Well,
same
we-
salary we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, but
Miles
like
pays you.
there's no contract. Like, you're not paying taxes on it, right?
I don't have a contract either. Yeah.
Miles sorts that
So
all
we
out.
are avoiding
I'm
taxes.
sure.
Captain, you know you have to pay taxes. You have to pay the government, like the profit tax. You need to pay into like the retirement fund. You need to pay for our health security.
What are you? Do you know some fucking administrative work? Is that your real talent?
Why do you think they're
Yeah,
after us,
that's-
Watanabe?
that's
I
like-
haven't done all of that.
That's like contracts.
Oh, a
101.
confession.
Oh no, not the tax evasion. That's worse than piracy. They kill you for that.
fuck.
You don't even go to prison.
No. Look, it's simple. The captain is rich enough to where they look the other way when the rich people evade their taxes. You know, it's not that. You know how only the poor people pay taxes and the rich they just avoid it all. That's what the captain does. Legally, of course.
See, look, Watanabe, it works like this. You start a business of doing jobs as an adventurer, then you give a 3k loan to a dwarf, and then from now on, all the money you gain is to pay back that loan, and you never have to pay tax, okay? That's how it works.
Make me talk
Yeah.
check. Oh my god.
This is fucking canon now.
Like, it's charity, right, all? It's like, it's social
Why do you
work.
think we do all this charity? Oh my god, you can't roll for shit!
He like looks at you. I thought we were friends. Like looks at you in
Yeah,
disgust.
friends make jokes, Watanabe.
Well, it's not a funny one.
I mean, it wasn't. at
Hey,
your
I'll spend one
expense.
of my good boy points and buy you a carton of juice, and we'll be good friends.
As if you have any.
I'll get one by the end of today, won't I? I looked at the guard.
The guard goes, have you been a good boy?
Who's
I
a
feel
good boy?
weird.
Who's a good boy?
Are you a good boy?
That feels weird.
me, I'm a good boy.
And then the
Yes.
prison turned into a fetish club.
Getting closer.
They didn't say we can't fuck each other here.
Where are the furry costumes when you need them?
How much points does a furry cost?
Can we get the ones from our ship? That could be the next piece of cargo we transfer to could be furry costumes.
One of the guard goes like,
Gucci bags.
are they serious? The other one goes, don't ask me. Last time we shot down a ship of furries.
Oh, cannon!
I still can't sleep well. I'm never going into it anymore. Just put me on the guns. Never boarding one again.
Furry pirates. Goddamn furry pirates. Well, I'm gonna take that as I will get one. I will get a
course.
That's good.
What kinds of juice do you have? Just wondering for tomorrow morning.
Rehydrated.
What?
What?
Rehydrated juice.
That's just water.
No, it's like this.
You mean
Mix-
from concentrate?
It's like
You mix some
powder.
sugar in it.
Is it like what you get in the army?
Well, basically, I give you like a packet of stuff that you put into your water and then you get juice.
Dope.
It's disgusting.
Nice.
No, dope. Do you also have that for wine?
Ooh.
I wish.
The captain also wishes.
Mm-hmm.
You should be aware the captain is going to go through several stages of withdrawal during this trip. You need to be prepared.
You know, we could have a drink together if the captain allowed you, very important, allowed you to use his personal stash on the ship. We could have a nice old time.
I'm pretty sure it's not personal anymore.
Yeah, but there are barrels over there. You can have a drink.
Yeah, so much wine.
Oh, it's still personal. He locked the door.
You mean with the key that we got off you when we searched you?
Yeah, but it's a locked door. You can't just open a locked door.
That would be
course.
rude.
How rude
Of
would
course.
that be? Like, do people walk into your room?
Yeah, it
No,
would also be
didn't think so.
it would also be really rude to shoot at somebody's ship.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Yes, you
definitely.
did.
Yes, you did.
It's also really rude to not pay taxes, you know?
Debatable.
Like some people get injured at this work and then they're waiting for a nice retirement fund and then there's no because you didn't pay your taxes.
That's not how it works.
Well, taxes aren't retirement funds, so those are two different.
Retirement
I wish I
funds are
could
part
talk
of the
to
taxes.
your.
No,
I have
every
another
single
reason
person
for you-
here get a proper contract. Like we're registered, we have a proper organization, proper company. I get hurt, I know who's gonna take care of me. Honestly, hearing what you're talking about, the way you treat your crew members, that's just... Wow! I'm glad you're not my captain.
Yeah, but you know what we are? We're friends.
I sure hope that friendship is gonna pay for your lawyers. Or whatever you're gonna need to get out of
Usually
the
does.
situation.
And you could be a friend.
Lawyers, huh?
What do I know? You know, I would. The image of your comms officer who's face plant in, you know, shoving his face into the monitor, watching all this conversation is entertaining me most. Looking through the cameras, listen to us talk.
Right. Like, the guard most likely rolls his eyes, though you don't see because they're in a helmet. They can disengage from the conversation. Well, let's say that you spent whatever time with Bobby having fun. The ship remains in transit for 6 days. After which, Robert, you know that you came out of Slipstream Drive and almost immediately went into another jump.
Wait, so there was 6 days and then another jump?
Shouldn't it be
Yes.
at least 7 days? Because we weren't in a region where you can jump from.
There was a bit of travel before the first jump, but not long.
Is someone actively preventing me from sharing that information with the prisoners?
No.
Okay. Then I will say,
Though they do not let you on the bridge at the end of the first jump. So they make sure that you don't accidentally see like the wind charts or anything. So you...
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, you basically have to rely on your memory to try and predict where you've jumped.
Can I so I don't have a star map in front of me. Can I make can Bobby make guess not the player because the player is stupid as fuck, but Bobby is smart. Can he make a guess where we could have jumped?
Pilot intelligence.
I would actually like to ask something somewhat related. You know how we talked about when we were carrying prisoners about maybe telling the ship's speed through the winds while being inside? Is there a way someone who has lived on his ships for most of his life can try and attempt that?
If I remember correctly, I said that if you have no point of reference, then no, not really. And this ship is even more insulated than Fable is. So actually, like for you guys, you do like feel the jolts of system drive initiating and discharging, or stopping, but it's more like you feel the acceleration and deceleration of it, so you know, like the inertia, the change of inertia, but you don't even really hear the sound of the engine on this ship. Pretty well insulated or armored. Robert, with an 8. Okay, back something up.
I mean, the Fable can at most jump 2 hexes.
No. I'm looking at the map and I'm like, wait, where's the system walls here? And no, I have accidentally changed places because I'm like, no, wait, Tesla was in a different place. Yeah. Robert, you think that yeah, it must be either the Wallace system or the Tabaxi system that it didn't go to. That's your best assumption. But obviously you didn't stay in that long because there was basically like half an hour of people running around and doing stuff, and then immediately a second jump.
Okay.
Open up. Yes. All right. So, Robert, another 4 days pass. And the ship comes out of the Slipstream Drive one more time. And this time, like almost immediately after the drive finishes, you feel the ship in system drives and begin conventional. You, Robert, are still not being allowed into the bridge.
Four days?
Yes. But Robert, one thing that does happen is Thalassa returns despite habit.
After the second jump? So while we're in this not jumping speed.
Yes.
Like system travel speed, okay. I have no idea what to do with that information.
Well, whatever you don't do with it, Thalassa seems to have no interest in engaging in a conversation with you either. She still looks fairly sulky.
No, I meant with the jumps. I was trying to calculate where we are, but I'm just.
Sure. But in any case, the ship travels.
As she passes by, I would like to wave at her and say hello and see if I engage her, if she would.
She kind of like passes by you with this look on her face. like most towards the bridge.
Okay.
Your ships travel for a couple hours and then stop. You feel like vibrations in the hull that might happen when a ship is like being docked. The ship remain some time in this docked state, and then you hear once again like sound of docking, undocking begins travel.
So, what can 10 good boy points get me?
What do you mean 10? It's been more than 6 days. You got more than 30.
Wait, what?
Do we get
Could you get one a day, right?
Meat?
No, you get 5
Wait,
a day.
you guys are getting good boy points?
Yeah, 5
You
a day.
get 5 a day. Holy
That's what
We
we
need
negotiated
to refill good
on
points.
day one.
And,
Okay,
So the scam goes up on the second day.
I asked the guard to come over to the. I'm trying to amuse myself as the time is going by. We're all slightly going insane. I'd like to ask the guard to come over towards the cell for a second, and then whisper so that my other party members can't hear me. And I say to him, "Psst, hey,
Yeah.
I want to buy all the juice and scalp it to my prisoners. Like every juice can, and then I own all the juice."
a juice monopoly.
Yeah, one moment, let me do some math in my.
For how much juice I can buy? Thank you.
Yes. Right. Change some numbers. Make me talk check, Dalo.
Oh, here we go.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's double what you did before.
Oh man, it is very true. Good way to look at it.
The guard goes, you know that joke was funny like 5 days ago?
No, you can't do this to me. Don't say it was a joke.
Okay, fine.
I've been
it wasn't
waiting
funny even 5 days
10
ago.
I've been waiting for 10 days
Your
for this.
delivery sucks. Just sucks.
I look at him dead in the eye and I say, I'm really serious.
Yes.
Wait, we're not getting juice?
You're getting juice
You
every
haven't
day.
really-
How much more juice do you want? You have one toilet for 5 of you, and you fight every day. Who's gonna go first after you all get just most of juice? Like, your captain treats juice like wine. He's in the corner murmuring about its taste not being deep enough. I'm tired of hearing about wine.
The only thing I know how to whine about. Ba-dum.
Oh my god.
This guy has some he's in some kind of hell. He's in some kind of abstract hell.
Oh, fuck.
That was so bad.
I just got
I look at him with the disappointment of
One
after
moment.
that joke.
One moment. I need to
Yeah.
roll a mental saving throw for the guard.
But while he's doing that, I'm just looking at him after that joke, and I'm saying, "Who's really the prisoner? We're not here with you." I put my hands on the bars. You're here with us.
At least I'm getting paid for this!
Is it worth it though, you reckon? Is your sanity worth that?
1 more hour. 1 more hour. The other guy goes, come on, man. Come on, I'm here, I'm with you. I'm with you. Just think about, like, all the benefits we get. Just think about it. Go down to the planet, we get our dental, we get our entertainment funds. We're gonna go to the library, we're gonna get the next tome of that book you've been telling me about. We're gonna get our library card, we're gonna read. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out
Stave
what happened to
off.
him.
Stave it off with random distractions.
Is
They
he
don't
okay?
mean anything.
Is he okay over there? Will he be wine?
They're so bad! These things are good, but they're so bad! God! Ugh.
It's so nice when it's someone else that suffers from these puns. Honestly, you guys should be very happy that Bobby isn't in here with us, or you will be suffering so much more.
Where's my juice?
Trying to think about like I think oh never mind. Trying to think about more puns. Oh, Bobby, I wish you were beer.
Wine, aren't you with us, Bobby? Wine.
Well, when we get off this ship, we'll have some alcohol at the snap of our fingers.
Very true, wine ale.
It's all right, fellas. Keep your gin up. We got this.
Well, it's out of our hands for now, so let's talk about something else.
Yeah, what car are we gonna do?
We just have to savor every moment, you know? You gotta stop and smell the rosé.
True.
Forcing it. And then bam, the ship parks.
No, actually, like after the ship detaches after the docking, it travels for a good day about so, Bobby, before it docks one more time.
It's a fair assumption that the docking is usually refueling, right?
Possibly.
Do I generally have an inkling of how much fuel this ship can
Not
hold?
with your last roll.
Okay.
Oh, you assume
Yeah,
at least two. Because they were totally swift jumps.
Yeah, I have nothing else to do than wait and play for some music for people if they want to hear it.
Wonderful. Do make me a performance check. Just what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, can you play the song 99 Bottles of Beer on the Wall?
And that went as well as I thought it would be.
Well, you don't get the crowds, but nobody at least complains about your playing. Alright, so as the ship is being docked, which is a fairly long process for a ship of this size, you, Robert, are found by a crew member who tells you that Captain like to see you.
Mhm.
You're brought to Captain. One who nods at you and goes, "Us. I'm afraid we're." No. Technically, you are just a passenger. You do not have to disembark. We're serious about you offer to join my crew. And even if you weren't, it would be no problem to drop you off in the port. There, I'm sure to find you. Travel. Well, at least your personal belongings will be able to. I hope you find it safe. I would not judge you if you ask me to let you rejoin. Though if you do choose to do, I will be unable to.
Can you tell me where we are now? Before I make that decision?
I can tell you this. If you join my crew, or if you join your
Do I have a minute to think about this?
You have some time. It takes a while to dock the ship. Plus, we need to dock your ship. But I am afraid that those are the only circumstances under which I can divulge.
Fair enough.
Alternatively, you can wait for your friends to be disembarked. Ship leaves. By then it will.
So I guess there's no scenario where I can make a plea to keep that ship. I've gotten attached to it.
Have no mind on your head. Disembark and negotiate with lawyer. But
Then
I wouldn't advise you to do. I despise that man. Frankly, you don't strike me as a negotiator.
well, well, I can trade. Okay, give me a minute, please, to think about this.
You will have that time. I will return to you when the document is complete. I will need your decision by then.
Yes.
One thing of note. No matter your decision, I will be returning your personal belongings to you. Whether you will be allowed to keep them or disembark. And he returns to not so much giving orders, it seems that his crew is competent enough to do this process without him, but observing. He doesn't have a very happy look on his face, but he carries on with his job. You think about this. Let us get back to the people in the holding cells, who definitely have felt that the ship is being docked. And the new thing is that while the ship is being docked, more guards come into the room, and you're being removed one by one from the room and shackled. Oh, not shackled, but more like handcuffed. Well, except for Wino, he's already more than handcuffed. Actually, no. Funny enough, they... No, they'll keep it on. Anything you want to do or say to each other? Alright.
I just say goodbye to the guards and I check your hands, but you understand.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
This girl just...
I wish I got more juice. If I
Your
get a,
Your loyalty and persistence are admirable.
if I ever get out of this, and I so happen to, unluckily for you, be doing solo work again, and I see you, I won't forget what happened. The good boy points during this.
Girl just remains unmoving.
You're lucky you're wearing a fucking helmet.
That's why they wear helmets.
That's a good
Safety
poker
first.
face.
Alright. Well, if you are not doing anything, then you are being escorted under heavy guard. Guard, I mean, like 4 armed people with like swords and 2 more people with rifles. And you are shortly joined at the airlock, basically, by Captain Van and Talasa, who are, again, like, everybody is in full combat uniforms. Talasa and Van are holding their helmets under their armpits on their hands. And at about this point, Robert, who is in deep thought, has been approached by a crew member. Informs you. Glass, Captain Saban would like to know. They are preparing to disembark, sir.
Fuck.
And like you see, he's holding basically like whatever your personal belongings were, which like, don't was much, but like bag with your stuff. Whatever, you got a slab or
That would
mine,
also
technically.
also essentially be my. So I have my pistol on me, but I would have ammunition in the backpack.
Yes.
So they're handing me this back
Yes.
as well. Okay. I will say, made this decision to stick with the crew. So that's what I will do.
Very well. Come along, please. And you are brought to the airlock as well. Yeah, you see like Robert like joining you at the airlock, slightly to the back.
Kartoffel, is she with us? Bunnies, all that? Oh
Bobby,
fuck,
you
we're gonna
pet
have to
them, right?
rescue her. Fuck.
Bobby, did you feed the bunnies?
course.
Of
I
course.
won't let them die.
Okay. So you have them. Where are they? Forgot. You forgot them.
They are.
Seriously?
They are usually in a cage, right?
Bunnies, yes. Bunnies were.
The bunnies, yes,
they-
Kartoffel, no.
Yeah. So I would probably have the cage where they are.
Yeah, that's why I was asking where's Kartoffel.
You're bringing bunnies with you.
Sure.
Okay. Just for
The-
reference,
the-
it's a big cage.
Well, they
It's-
have the travel thing, don't they?
Yeah, and I guess it would have made sense that Kartoffel would be hanging out with me since she was freed, right?
Sure. Bring her along.
Yeah, I don't have a ship where I could deposit them, so
Okay,
would
then
take
yeah,
them with
sure.
me.
Like Kartoffel, like as you're journeying there, like Kartoffel kind of appears from somewhere, and you feel her hold rub against your leg, and like kind of quietly perch next to you.
Dodged a rescue mission right there.
Saban goes, does.
Captain, it was a pleasure to see you again. Would you do me a favor and tell me when does your responsibility exactly end?
My responsibility ends at the point of handover.
Okay.
Oh, more properly, there will be unpleasant handshake.
Okay.
We hear this?
Yes.
When he says an unpleasant handshake? Okay.
Word of warning. As unlikely as it. You might prefer to rely on your captain.
He
I
said,
do talk best. I do negotiate better.
Okay. He was referring to his talking skills, right?
At this
Of
point,
course.
he breaks eye contact with you as the airlock is being opened, and find another like metallic hallway connected to basically the bed habit as you are ushered forward, being transferred in whatever building this is. You
Ooh,
do
can I-
one moment as you
No.
like start walking down it, you do see like you like enter cargo hold, and you see like a second airlock leading to what you assume is a fable, and that's a point where Kartoffel like gently like nibbles you on like your shin, and you notice her slink off in the direction of
Towards the fable?
yes. You had a question? You wanted to do a thing?
Yeah, I wanted to know if at any point I was even shortly left alone enough so I would be able to load my pistol.
Yes.
Then can I flashback and load my pistol and
Well,
stow
frankly,
away?
I assumed you have obviously loaded it in front of the crewmate who gave you the ammunition, who watched
And
it
he had a heart
happen
attack.
and didn't say anything.
Yeah, I think I would have done that actually. If they're giving me this back and not, I would be like grabbing a magazine, looking at the pistol, look up, like,
there's just like they were making like a very obvious point of not showing any reaction. Like,
Then
I'm gonna
I'll-
pretend I'm not seeing this.
Then I'm very gently looking looking at them while I'm sliding in the ammunition, loading it and holstering it.
Okay.
You let down this cargo hold, which is filled with crates of various size, partially packed, partially unpacked. You see loading, unloading machinery, ship parts. You see like trap stuff. You see some rock, like rock refuse that is lying around in piles that have removed with some rock moving. You are being moved deeper, and metal is quickly replaced by rock and sandstone, as you get a feeling that you are inside of like a small island or maybe giant rock, similar to those of you who have been there to the vampire base that traveled to as a way to start of adventure, as follow these hallways. They have been worked quite well, to an extent better even than most of the vampire base, comparable to the like living quarters over there. And you do see people moving around in working clothes of different races and species and so on. You do also see here and there people in crimson armor holding your weapons. They're ready. You are finally brought into a multi-channel chamber that looks like not that, like a quarry, like a stone quarry. Not like when they start digging it in tier speed. You see mining equipment located within that room, and you see that in parts of it the stone has been dug out, and beneath it you see the metal constructions and walls and doors of design that seems old. Everybody who's curious, make me not just intelligence check.
Who's what?
How about no intelligence?
No,
Oh, nice.
including not just intelligence.
What did you say? Who should
Who's
do this?
curious about this, make me not just intelligence check.
Yeah, where the fuck are we?
I am curious as fuck.
Missing somebody?
I mean,
We
is
were in
there a
transit for
point
how
in
long?
rolling if I'm not trained for it? No, there is not, as
I know.
usual.
Like, just ward me basically when it's done. Alright. So, Robert and Miles, the architecture of these like unearthed bits kind of reminds you of the airlock chamber you were in when Chrono was getting you into Slavic ruin on Wallace. Seems to be a familiar design. though obviously in much worse condition.
Just so I, as a player, understand it, those I've never seen any of those kind of uniforms before, right?
You have.
Were
You
those the?
have faced similar uniforms on heroes during the ambush on your vehicle.
The elves?
Yes. And to confirm your suspicions, and there are like about 10 similar guards with basically like energy weapons, like ray wands or ray bows in their hands, placed all around this room, while other people in like worker uniforms work the machinery and do stuff. You see like figure sitting in a fancy chair, kind of like observing everything, like shouting out orders in a language that you, Miles, speaking all of them. Actually, not only you, I think. Winnie will also understand because Winnie, you speak Elvish, I think. As
I
you,
think so.
well, you're half elf, you should know it.
Yeah.
You two recognize as Elven, Elvish, Elven. I don't know what was the right word. And flanked by flanking that fancy chair are two individuals with red cloaks holding broadswords in their arms with golden sun crown masks hiding their faces and an emblem of a blazing sun marked upon their breastplate. One of the workers that is escorting you rushes ahead, like, walks up to the chair and can like whisper something, like crouching to the figure sitting in it. And the figure listens, stands up, begins walking towards. Coming towards you, see fiery pile of red messy hair descending down the head of this flamboyantly dressed sun elf, with like a single strand of white hair kind of falling carelessly upon his handsome face. His fiery red eyebrows are like a strange, like zigzaggy shape, and crowning a pair of yellow, almost cat-like eyes as he cocks this confident grin and observes you and Captain Saban, and walks towards you, like holding his elbow on his hip on the pommel of like a fancy dagger. And he goes, Captain Saban, is glad to see you have finally returned. And with the mission complete, it seems. Captain Saban goes, Miltiades. Our deal is complete. Debt is paid. I see that the assembly you've brought is not quite matching the description you were given. No matter. The ones I'm interested in are here. And a job well done indeed. A job well done indeed. Yes, I suppose I can release you of your duty. And of your debt. Saban just keeps his poker face. Yes. It has been a pleasure working. Here's out an arm. It just goes, yes, I am sure it's been, I'm sure it's been. And that's where we're gonna end this.
Oh,